Travis, you are on a great streak, pretty much just dominating every single stage. Walk us through the entire weekend so far.
Man, I knew it was going to be a really tough one for me. This is a rally that's always been very elusive for me. It's the Northwest. I mean, DirtFish, Olympus Rally up here. This is where rally is for the U.S. and definitely something I wanted to do for a while. And to get up and get a win here is great. I don't think we were the fastest. Seminuk was on fire, but you know it's a lot of attrition in this rally. A lot of slick spots, a lot of gotchas, especially wrecking the whole time in the dry. And then having super wet, slimy conditions. Then with McKenna, hearts out. Hopefully everything's good with the family and he'll be back for the next one. Would have been very difficult to beat here, but it was awesome to have Ken back as well. And felt like we put in some great stages. Didn't make any mistakes. Car's still in one piece, and we got the win. So I couldn't be happier.
Well, we've been talking about weather and how difficult it was going to be. I mean, the sun's out right now. It's still raining. So walk us through what you thought was going to be the most difficult stage when you took the recce notes and what actually ended up being the most difficult stage.
No, definitely the long one that we were ending with last night. We knew was going to be the most difficult. It's not the longest stage of the rally, but close to 20 miles and very twisty through the woods. As soon as it started raining, and I picked first on the road because I thought maybe it wasn't going to rain. That was silly. But no dust, obviously. Just to get out there and when 00 is going off, just driving the road, you know how bad it is. And we got very fortunate to stay on the road all through the night last night, or the evening. And unfortunately, Brandon didn't get the same luck. So, at the end of the day, we had such a good battle going. We were 3 seconds apart, and he was a second ahead of me after the first split. So, I mean, we were literally within 2 seconds when he went off, and I can't wait to keep battling with McKenna, with Seminuk, with Ken. It's great to have. We got an R5 took a win. That stage was so slick, and it's cool to have so many of the top Irish kids come over. And this series just getting stronger and stronger, and it's awesome to be part of it.
Well, Southern Ohio is the next one coming up. We've got over a month, though, leading into that. Any game plan, any changes on the car that you want to implement before then, or just kind of go with it, see what the notes are going to say, and then change then?
I don't change the car a lot for anything. That's what Ken was like, well, what did you change from the dry to the wet? I'm like, it's good. It's such a great setup. I mean, I've had the same, number one, number two we got Sean Jacobs and Brando since 2004. So, I mean, this team is tried and true. The Subaru is such a great vehicle. I know what to expect. And sometimes even better than having the best option or the best setup is just having something that you're comfortable with, that you can drive hard with, that you can get yourself out of trouble with. And, Ken's going to get stronger and stronger as he gets used to, the modifications that have come on this vehicle since he was here last, a decade ago. But it's awesome having three of us with the exact same vehicles, or at least the opportunity to have the exact same vehicles. And we'll see as he tests more, I'm sure, we'll learn from each other and hopefully bring us all up to where we can take that number plate back from McKenna.
Well, big congratulations. And if anybody was really wondering what the weather is like, we started this interview, it was sunny. We're finishing this interview, and now it's pretty much cloudy again. So that is Washington weather for you here at Olympus.
Yes!
Ken, you're here. Everything's all pretty settled. Walk us through how you're feeling with the car right now.
I got a little more confidence today because it was dry. So we made some setup changes to it. So I'm pretty happy to come here and get second overall on my first event with this car. And by the way, this is the 5th event in a row with a different car. So it's been a big challenge, but I've actually got 3 wins and 2 seconds out of those 5 events. So not too bad, but I need to get more confidence in this car if I'm going to catch up to the speed of Travis and Brandon. So need to work on that for the next event. Hopefully it's not quite as slippery and I can push a little harder and make some more changes to get confidence. But hey, I came in the championship 2 seconds, 2 different cars. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm second overall in the points. So better than I expected for kind of the bad situation I set myself up for. But I want to be closer and be pushing for wins, but that'll come.
Based on yesterday comparative today, which stages were harder? Yesterday's obviously with the rain going in and out. Today, the longer stages.
I actually really enjoy the longer stages. So I would much rather have grip and long stages than short stages with just the roulette table in every corner. So I was really happy to survive yesterday with only a couple moments, but yeah, it was yesterday was really quite a challenge. I've never had Olympus be that tough. I've done the event a couple times, won it a couple times, so today felt a lot better. They're great roads. They're great stages. This could be a WRC event. The stages are that good. So anyway, stoked to be here, stoked to be finished. Car's nice and, well,
Muddy.
yeah, it's muddy, but it's straight and clean underneath there. No moments today. And looking forward to the next race.
Awesome. I always do this. I always like to ask everybody in one word, how are you feeling today?
Relieved. Yes, today was fun. Yesterday was difficult. So relieved to have a good day, fun day, a little bit of development and setup changes for me on the car. So, yep, a bit of relief to get here and be second overall.
Well, you guys heard it here. Ken Block is relieved. It's all done. 2021 Olympus Rally is in the books. How are you feeling about the entire weekend?
Yeah, it's been a phenomenal experience from the word go. Obviously, there's a lot of supporters behind this project, Motorsport Ireland Rally Academy and John Coyne, and yeah, special thanks to Enda McCormick for the car. It's been an unreal weekend, and to top it off with a podium result is quite surreal.
Yesterday you had a stage win on one of the hardest stages as well throughout the entire weekend. How are you feeling about that particular stage in itself?
Yeah, it's quite a proud achievement. To win a stage in the American Rally Championship is good. To pit it up to the open class cars is I didn't expect it coming into this weekend, and I knew Wildcat was going to be a stage where we could possibly do it, so we put a lot of work into that, and it paid off going into it, and it was a shame we didn't get it in the dark.
Well, going off of that, you're rounding up a third place podium here for the overall finish behind Travis Pastrana, Ken Block. Your smile saying it already. I don't even have to finish the question. How does that make you feel inside just over here in the States and being behind them with the 1-2 and then you finishing off with a 3? Yeah,
these guys are childhood heroes. I've been growing up watching these boys and doing what they've been doing. So it's to join them on a podium is quite phenomenal.
All right, well, I do this with everybody. Those guys up there are so used to that. In one word right now, how are you feeling about the overall weekend?
I'm going to be American about the thing and say stoked.
Well, you heard it here. He is stoked about it. You're actually on the right coast to be able to say that too. Nice job finishing it overall, doing this. Big congratulations again to you. It's always a pleasure talking to you, especially at the end of the stages. Your smile says everything. Olympus is done. Walk us through how you're feeling with everything and what you thought was going to be the most difficult stage and what actually ended up being the most difficult stage here.
Oh, well, I was right about the most difficult stage. That was Wildcat yesterday. No, probably not. Because if they had run the night version of it, it would have been the most difficult stage. But as it is, Wildcat definitely. It was just awesome, though, to get through to the end. Fantastic. Just constant work for the 18 and a half miles and never let up. Brilliant.
Walking through the entire weekend, it's so great to see everybody come out. There was just stacked field throughout all of the classes. And of course, you have one of the fellow Irishmen over there finishing it out and rounding out the top third. And he's a young gun out there. How does that make you feel, especially being in the sport for so long and seeing a new generation come up and driving so well like they did?
Yeah, that's just a fantastic feeling. Josh did a tremendous drive this weekend with his stage win on Wildcat. Was just the icing on a very good cake. So great to see, and I'm involved with that Motorsport Ireland Rally Academy and was the mover behind bringing them out here. We wanted to give them some miles before the European Championship kicks off, and yeah, I think it's been fantastic. And Callum went well too, had some issues with the engine, unfortunately, that held him back, but good to see them out here getting miles and spicing up the competition.
I know, it was actually pretty good to see Seamus. Seamus had the biggest smile out there and coming out, and he's so stoked all the time to see him. It's got to be a great thing, especially for the home country. And talking about that, a lot of people talk about that these stages are very Welsh-like. In your opinion, do you feel that's the same way?
Yeah, I do. We actually have some stages in Ireland that would be similar to these too. So I did this event for the first time last year and felt right at home. It was raining heavily all the time, fog on the mountains, and stages that were very similar to what I'm used to. So superb, and this was just a tremendous event.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to let you go celebrate with the rest of your team. Nice job today and overall weekend.
All right, thank you.